Today we are printing live at the Carnival of Ink, man. We're slinging ink, handing out prints left and right for prizes. We're live printing with the boat press that I created in the big top tent. We're t-shirt printing in there. We are steamrolling. Good times for all are being had. Oh yeah. Woodcut is the most sculptural of printmaking processes, but it's also one of the most accessible. Over the past 10 years, I've traveled over 200,000 miles with the press in the back of my Honda Element, and it would just slide right out. And so I can go anywhere and be subversive about it, where you wouldn't expect to find fine art being printed. I could do it right there. By taking the art to the community like this, it kind of relaxes them. They can learn a little bit about the process. I showed the public how I take an image, draw it upon a block. We would ink it up, we'd put it on the press, put a piece of paper on it, and run it through. But another thing with what we carved is we took this overarching idea of myths and mysteries of Lake Michigan. So I looked into 15th century woodcuts using heavy cross-hatching, small little marks, lots of scales and any of the creatures. Like medieval type of aesthetic is what I wanted to put into this particular project. And in the Carnival of Ink that I designed.
Have y'all seen the carnival yet? Well, let me walk y'all in and I'll give you the nickel.
We had, I think, a total of 6 different games you played in the carnival. And I made a whole bunch of woodcuts and printed off over 1,300 prints to be given away as prizes. Our live printing is both ephemeral and it is exciting.
Your left a little bit?
It's such a cool thing to see these little kids and they're getting these epiphanies. We're like, boom, I get it, it's like a stamp. And then at the steamroller, when you're doing it and it's 20 times that size, there's an applause. It's total theater. And that's exactly what happened here in Sheboygan. I had so much participation in having that immediate reaction from the public. My assistant, Shu Yang, he is one of my students that I've taught to carve. I gave him an assignment to engage himself in the Hmong community and specifically make an image that reflects back.
This is the T-28. It was flown by Hmong pilots during the Secret War. This is one of the most famous pilots. He's not written any history books. His name is Li Lu. It's a scene of his last mission where he dropped his last bomb before his plane went down. So that was my inspiration and my dedication and tribute to the pilot itself and to the Hmong community here in Sheboygan.
Printmaking lets you ride the elevator from the bottom to the top of social attainment. And the thing as to why a wood block is that, man, I can spend 60 hours on a block of wood carving it. And I can also spend 60 hours on a painting. And I'd sell the painting for $5,000 and one person gets that painting. For the woodcut that I spend that much time on, I can print 5,000 of them and I can sell them for $1. And each of those people that get them for $1 is gonna hold on to that as if they paid $5,000 for it. That feels really great as an artist, for someone to really want your stuff.
Boom, look at that.
And then the larger one that I did for the community, when I asked for a list of anything that would be quintessential for Sheboygan, they would all say Kohler. So I took an image of John Michael Kohler. With behind him, I took the Sheboygan marquee from the theater downtown, so I wanted to include the sailboats. Of course, the lighthouse I had to include. I was able to take all that in and crank out a composition I'm really, really happy to share with the public today.